So I'm really happy to be talking about organization, and we now have a 4-step system. So when you hear the system being referred to, it is really the Max Action Plan. It is all laid out. We've always had a Max Action Plan, but it is so much better. We've just taken it to the next level. I've been in Max for almost 3 years. When I started, I didn't know how to do this business. I thought, well, I'm in sales and marketing. I know how to do business. I know how to do this. I did not know how to do this. And now we have a Max Action Plan, which is unbelievable. If you walk through this, and I'm doing it again myself, I don't care how long you've been in the business, go through it in detail and follow it, and teach everyone who comes into the business to follow it. Now, these starter kits are just ready to be shipped. They're just being printed, as you heard. But for those of us who have been in the business for a long time, I would encourage you to order one so that you can see it and share it with new people. But you can get started today because the English version is in the back office in PDF. Okay, you just go to the back office, you go to Associate Services, Documents, and it's the first document there. The French will be there very soon as well. And so read it on PDF, order a kit for yourselves, and go through it because it is very, very powerful. So this is a 4-system process. The first power basic is called organization. What we're going to talk about today, and you're going to hear all the way through, is follow up and follow through. That is the number one thing that you need to do in order to be successful. You can do all kinds of other things, but if you don't follow up and if you don't follow through, you are going to be in trouble. So just remember that. We call it the F2 factor, follow up and follow through. You're going to hear how that applies in every single one of the power basics. So what we're going to cover today in the organization power basic, the first step of the system, is getting started in the Max Action Plan. We're going to talk about your why and how you develop your why. We're going to look at vision mapping, look at a 90-day plan, talking about creating your list, and then the daily activities that you want to focus on. So when you get started and when you go through your Max Action Plan, you will actually see a getting started checklist. It's all right there. What do you do on your first day? What do you do on your second day? What do you do on your third day? It's right there. So follow that. It'll tell you, write down the numbers of the people that are important in your business, your sponsor, other leaders that you can rely on, the head office. You have a place in your booklet to write all of that out. It gives you the phone numbers for customer service, the hours for customer service. So that's all right there at the very beginning of your Max Action Plan booklet. Now, once you've kind of got a few numbers written down and you've looked at your booklet, the very next thing you really want to focus on is your why. And your why is about the most important thing you could possibly do. The reason why you are doing Max, it's going to be different for everyone. For some people, it might just be, I love the product, I want to share it with a few people so that I get my product for free. Fine. For other people, it's going to be about family, it might be about health. There's going to be many, many reasons. For me, and it became very clear as I worked my way through the booklet again, and your whys can change as well, I never want to think about money ever again. I never want to think about money. I don't want to think about money when I want to buy a new fabulous pair of shoes, like the ones I just almost tripped on down there. But I don't want to think about money when I can share a product with someone who needs it but can't afford it. I did that a couple of weeks ago, and this woman had lost her adult son. He was in Montreal in a car accident in medical school. She lost him in a car accident. Her husband was in the car. He has not worked since January. She was off work for several months. They have no money coming in. Imagine that as a family situation. And he was getting worse. Fofi was getting worse. And I said, Veronique, Fofi needs Max. Let me give you some Max for him. And when I saw her 3 days later, she was in tears. He can walk up the stairs now, she said. He can walk up the stairs. I said, Veronique, we need to get Max out to the world. And we do. And so I need to be able to share a product with people who can't afford it. I don't want to think about money. You know, my mom has cancer. We went on a family cruise last year through the Baltics. If she doesn't stay with us, as long as I would love her to, we'll have that memory forever. I want to do that every year. As long as she's with me, I want to take my family on vacation and build memories, and I don't want to think about money. And I don't want to think about money for retirement. I want to be able to just live and spread the word and meet people and connect and make fabulous new friends, but I don't want to think about money for my retirement. So that's my why max. Everyone's going to have a different why max. How you get your why. First, write down the most important areas in your life. Health, finances, family. Write down the things that are important to you. Second, prioritize those. Which of that list of 5 or 10 things is most important? Prioritize those things. Then you want to think about, okay, what specifically do I want to have in those areas that is more than what I have today? And then think, what will it take? What will it take to get there? And then picture what it's going to feel like when that happens for you. You know, when I picture going on a family vacation with my family and having those memories, or when I picture being able to change someone's life because I was able to give them a product, just picture what it's going to feel like. And you want to get so centered and so cemented with why you're doing this, because guess what? In life, what do you have? Ups and downs, right? Every day, ups and downs in your job, ups and downs in your relationships, ups and downs in your business life. You're going to have ups and downs in max. You're going to ask someone to join you and they're going to say no. You're going to have someone who you know could be helped with the product. You know. You just know. And they're going to say, I don't take supplements. Or no thanks. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to have highs, but you're going to have lows. So if you really know why you're doing this, and you get so clear on that, then you're going to do it forever. You're going to be committed. So get very clear. That's about the most important foundational thing you can think of, and that's really important. Next, once you know why you're doing this, set a dream. Map out a dream. What is it going to feel like? Be clear. Get some details. I'm not just going to go on a vacation with my mom. We're going to go on a cruise down the Rhine, and we're going to see castles, and we're going to drink German wines, and you know, it's going to be amazing. So think about some details. When is it going to happen? What's it going to feel like? What's it going to look like? And set a vision statement. Create some goals. Well, what would have to happen to get there? And break those down. You don't set a big goal for 3 years down the road without tasks along the way, goals along the way. And think about, all right, if I've got this big goal and I've got the little goals, what skills do I need? What tasks do I have to accomplish? Maybe you have to have a better belief in the product. Then maybe you have to go and talk to some more people and share the product with more people. Maybe you aren't very good on computers, so maybe you need someone to show you how to look at the back office. So think about the skills and the tasks. Next, you're going to work on your 90-day plan. And again, this is all mapped out in the Max Action Plan, so it's right there for you. So you're going to set up your auto ship. You're going to order some tools, your business cards, your brochures, things like that. You're going to think about, how much time am I going to commit? Is it 5 hours a week? That's fine. Is it 10 hours a week? That's fine. Is it certain nights of the week? Think about your commitment. Okay, I'm going to work every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 9, and I'm going to work Saturday mornings. Figure out the space in your home that you're going to work in, whether that's a separate bedroom and an office, whether that's a corner of the kitchen table, but get your space organized, because that's important. And then think about, what do I want to achieve in my income level? Do I want to be making $500 a month within a certain time frame? Do I want to get to bronze as my first pin level? When do I want to do that by? And set some goals. Then you can start committing to, okay, if those are the things I want to achieve, how many calls do I have to do with other business partners and upline? 3-way calls, we call those. How many customers and associates do I need to bring into my business? So you can map all of that out in your 90-day plan. Creating your list. This is really fun. We all know a lot of people. And, you know, whenever I've talked about Max to anyone, they start to think, oh, gosh, I've already got people in my head. I can think of people who I would just love to approach about this. And so when you start to write down your list, you're going to end up with a list of maybe 100 people, maybe 200 people, but you certainly want to start with a list of at least 30 people. And you want to think about, who has a health challenge? Who maybe exercises or works out regularly? You know, the doctor that I was hanging around with the other night and who had a chance to sit down with Steve Scott yesterday, she's a workout fanatic. So not only is she in the health field, but she's a workout person. So of course she's a great potential person to be involved in Max. Who could use some extra income? And judging by the retirement issues that most of us face, I'd say all of us could use some extra income, but some people could really use some extra income. And then who maybe is looking for a change? Don't ever pre-qualify. You don't know who they know. You might think, oh no, that person would never be interested, or that person, no, I don't think they'd ever want to do Max. But maybe they know someone who would. You know what? Every single leader in my business today was introduced by someone else. They are not frontline to me. They're not people I've personally sponsored. You know, my top leaders were sponsored by my ex-husband's first wife. I'm wife number 2. Wife number 1, I'm wife number 2. Ex-wife number 2. You know what? She's not doing anything in the business. She's a great friend of mine, but the people that she introduced and the people they introduced are wonderful leaders, and we become fantastic friends. You never know. So don't pre-qualify. If I can go get ex-wife number 1, you guys can get anyone you want, right? Huh? Am I right? Okay. Once you've got your list together, whether it's 30 names, whether it's 100 names, start ranking them. Put stars beside them. You want to put stars beside those people that have a great deal of influence, that maybe are very successful already, successful business people. You know, when you've heard the phrase, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. If you want someone successful, approach a successful person. So think about those people. Think about people who already know how to lead. Maybe you have had some success in network marketing before. You want to also approach someone who's teachable. You know, as I said, when I started, I thought, I know all there is to know about business. No problem. But I have to learn. And I learn, and I learn, and I learn, and I learn every day. And some people, you know them, we all know people like this. Not any of us, of course, we're all fabulous people outside the room. Some people think they know everything, and they're not prepared to be open and listen and learn. And those are not people who are generally going to be very successful. You also want people who are committed. You know, never believe anyone who tells you this is a get-rich-quick overnight deal. It's not. You want to be committed. It's for the long term. And what I always tell people is, you know what? If it takes me 5 or 10 years to achieve everything I want, I'm okay with that. Because guess what? I'm going to be working for the next 5 or 10 years anyways. So why not work for myself? Why not build something for myself that is going to grow and that is going to just get that much more fantastic? I don't care how long it takes me. I'm here for the long haul. I'm in it for good. And you want people who are prepared to commit. And then you want people who are prepared to commit to the tools and be prepared. So the Premier Pack, the Professional Pack, people are going to have product to share. We're going to have marketing materials to share. That's important as well. And then lastly, once you've decided how much time you're going to spend, the kinds of targets you want to achieve, your dream, start the work, but start it on productive activities. All right, don't spend all your time researching. Like Saul said, you don't have to know about the product and all the science. All you have to know is take it, it's good. That's all you have to know. You've got all kinds of resources, so spend your time on productive activities. Spend your time inviting people to look at Max. Spend your time sharing product. Spend your time handing out brochures. Don't spend your time researching or organizing your desk or getting your space clear. You can spend a lot of time on that, and that's not going to make you any money. And then lastly, you're going to want to get familiar with the tools you have to share Max. You want to get familiar with the new website. Who's seen the new website that was just launched this week? Isn't it fantastic? Oh my gosh, we have amazing tools that we can share with people. You do not have to know everything, and in fact, you should never tell people everything you know about Max. I don't care how little or how big it is. Because when you go and you start blabbing away about Max and glutathione and the science and oh my goodness, Steve Scott and oh Bob Kalin, and people are just going to glaze over. Don't do it. You know, we have a phrase, use the tools, don't be the tool. Don't be a tool. Use me as a tool. Use Mike as a tool. Use the web as a tool. We've got videos, we've got CDs, we've got websites, we've got brochures. We have so many tools, it's not even funny. So use them. And with that, that is a quick overview of the first power basic of the system organization. And I'm going to invite our double diamond top recruiter worldwide, Mr. Mike LeBrun, to share invitation.